Hey guys, how we doing? I'm Vincent Forzese with Remax, and I'm here with Shamus, and this is our first Facebook Live event. So bear with us, and today we're going to be making cider donuts. We figured Halloween's right around the corner, this is the fall, this is what people are doing. People love to go and buy them, but hey, why couldn't you just make them at home? So Shamus, I'm going to let you show me what you're doing because you are the man for this. You're a culinary dude, and I'm a guy who likes to eat food. So I think it works out that we're doing this together.
Definitely. So I'm going to kind of run you through the basic process here, and don't worry about, I'll tell you what ingredients I'm using and stuff, but as far as amounts go, guys, if you want to get this recipe, it'll be on our blog afterwards, so check back in there and look for it. But to kick things off, real simple method here, we're going to start with sugar and butter.
Well, how much butter is that, Shamus?
This is...
Which day we'll find on the blog. That was a trick question.
I'll let you know.
Yeah.
So this we're just going to cream together, and basically you cream the fat and the sugar together until it's nice and smooth. The best way to do this is really like in a stand mixer or with a hand mixer, and you want to cream it for 4 to 6 minutes until it gets white and fluffy. Basically you'll be able to have like soft peaks in there, you'll see that.
We went with the minimalist way of doing this because we figured most people don't have the crazy tools in their kitchen, so...
We wanted to make it easy too.
Simple hot plate. I mean, obviously if you have a deep fryer, better for you guys, but if you have a hot plate or you do it off your oven, anything like that I think makes it easy.
So while that's creaming in your mixer off to the side...
Can I do any creaming?
Yeah, if you want to, sure. You want to stir it right there?
Yeah, sure, man. I love the cream.
In another bowl here, I'm going to start the dry ingredients. So we have flour, salt, baking powder, and baking soda, and a little bit of cinnamon. And then this is kind of my little trick of the trade, fresh ground nutmeg. So if you guys have never seen nutmeg before, that's what it looks like, whole and fresh.
Can you get that at any market, Chance?
Yeah, you can get this at any supermarket. Usually they sell it ground, but it's also very readily available as whole. So this is kind of a little trick that I use for all baking goods. If you're making like chocolate chip cookies or something, a little fresh ground nutmeg in there.
Okay.
People will never know what it is, but they'll know they're the best cookies they've ever had.
They try that, yeah.
So
I know like vanilla bean too. A lot of people use it with cookies and stuff.
Yep, absolutely. If you could get it fresh or whole, it's always best that way.
Yeah.
And then I'm just using a microplane here. Again, something that's very readily available. They sell these things all over the place now. So.
All right, so I keep mixing this. And is there a certain way I should know when to stop or just keep going?
No, I think you're good there.
Okay, cool.
And
these forearms are bulging right now.
It's a good workout, right? So I'm just gonna take this. So once you have all your dry ingredients in a separate bowl over here, same thing. You just kind of want to mix them up, just to mix everything nice and homogeneously. And there you go. So you got your butter and your sugar creamed here, all your dry ingredients mixed together. And now we're going to start adding the wet ingredients into the creamed butter and sugar. So we have an egg.
Shamus, while you're doing this, I'm going to do a live Snapchat during a Facebook Live event. This is like revolutionary in the social media hemisphere we're in right now. So ready?
Yep.
First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to snap our camera person. That's Michelle. Hey, Michelle. All right. This might blow up the internet. Not really. All right.
So I got an egg in there. I got some buttermilk in there with the creamed egg and sugar. And this actually looks like jelly, but what it is reduced apple cider. So I took a half a gallon of apple cider and reduced it down. It really just concentrates the flavor. And so you get that much more out of it when you make your donuts.
Cool.
So we got that in there. And then mix all that together with the cream and sugar.
By the way, this smells amazing. Right, Debbie?
Yeah.
Debbie's over in the corner hiding, but it smells good.
Guys, Carmen Frias just commented this is the perfect background music, so turn it up.
Nice.
Turn it up? Alright.
Glad you like it.
Harry Belafonte.
So once you get all your wet ingredients mixed into your cream and sugar, you want to whip that again for about another minute. And then once that's done, oop, I almost forgot. This is the best part right here.
And by the way, this
Vanilla
smells
extract.
amazing. I haven't said that already.
It's going to taste even better.
Alright.
vanilla extract, mix that in.
Now, Shamus, while you're doing that, I see this is at 355 degrees, 360 degrees. Is that what it should be?
Yeah, you want to be right in between 350 and 375 for frying.
Okay, cool. So obviously we did this beforehand, but we have how much oil would you say is in here?
Probably about 6 pints.
6 pints, yeah. So oil, preheated. We're not trying to burn the oil, obviously. And
you can use any kind of oil, really. Well, not any kind of oil. That was a lot. You want to use olive oil, something that's going to have a high smoking temp, so like olive oil, canola oil, vegetable oil. What I'm using here is actually a mix of red palm and coconut oil, just a healthier fat to fry.
That was my guess, actually. Before you said that, I was almost going to say that was your guess.
Yep.
Not really.
No. Alright, so dry ingredients, everything's mixed together. Wet ingredients, everything's mixed together. Then we're going to just mix the wet, or the dry, into the wet. And once you kind of...
Do you want to watch this?
Start to come together. And it's going to get thick. That's okay. You probably want to switch to a rubber spatula at that point. Get all the dry ingredients in there. Just fold that in.
By the way, if people are having issues hearing us, just give us a thumbs up and say you really like it. Incidentally, if you do hear us, also do the same thing.
Alright, so our dough's coming together here. So it's going to start to look a little something like that. And then at this point, you really want to work with the dough when it's cold. So we're just going to lay a little bit of flour down here.
Cool. Shamus, again, anything I can do? And is it essential that I wash my hands? Because I didn't do that. I'm just kidding.
It is, yeah.
I did wash my hands. Of course, cleanliness is friendliness.
Cleanliness is next to godliness in the kitchen, right?
Yeah.
So that's basically it. That's your dough. And then you're going to want a little extra flour just to work with it. At this point, kind of bring everything together. And then transfer that over to a sheet tray lined in parchment paper on the bottom. And then get another piece of parchment paper here. Cover it on top. Then you want to wrap that up, stick it in the fridge, let it chill for about an hour.
Okay.
So I actually have one here.
What?
It's been chilling for about an hour.
Nice and cold.
It's nice and cold. And we'll just pop that right out there. So once it comes out of the fridge, you'll want to roll it out until about a three-quarter of an inch thickness.
So let me move this out of the way so people can see.
Good idea.
Now, again, if anybody wants to come by our office, right now we're in Amesbury, Massachusetts. Pop in.
Right now.
We can talk real estate and we can talk cider donuts. Or we can eat cider donuts. Whatever. Otherwise, I'll eat them all.
We're going to have some leftovers, so we're going to need some help eating them here.
Yeah. Come in for free cider donuts or a cocktail.
Alright, so we're rolled out to about 3/4 of an inch there, Vinny.
I see that.
If you want to help me with this part,
Yeah, absolutely.
basically,
So I feel like I'm needed.
you got your 2 ring molds here.
Yeah.
You're outside and you're inside. So all you're gonna do,
So are those basically like the munchkins, the donut holes?
exactly. That's exactly what it
Alright,
is.
I gotcha.
So 1 there, 2, and it's that easy.
Now, if you didn't pull out the donut hole, does it ruin the actual donut? I mean, does it need that for the frying process?
It does need that. So in order for it to fry evenly, you
Yeah.
need to get the fat on the inside, or if you cook it whole, just
Yeah.
like that, you're gonna have raw dough on the inside, and it's not gonna be cooked
So it's
all
not
the
just
way
for the
through.
look. There's
It's not just for the
there's a
look.
science
There's
to
a
the donut
purpose.
hole.
Absolutely.
Okay, cool. That's
Someone's asking how long to leave it in the fridge. Can you say that again?
Leave it in the fridge for at least an hour. If overnight is even better, but you want to chill it for at least an hour.
Alright, so I'm pulling this out, doing my little donut hole here.
Perfect.
Pop that out, put that here,
Boom.
and then,
You're natural.
wow. Gosh.
That's all
I
there is
think I'm
to it.
gonna quit the real estate game. I'm getting into the donut game. Alright, so I guess I'll keep popping these out. These look awesome.
Actually, want to switch these?
Sure, what do you want me to do?
Just I'll push this down and put that sheet tray over here on the
Oh
side.
yeah, then you can start frying it up.
Yep.
Cool, makes sense.
So again, we have our oil here. It's just about 350.
Shelly, you want to check out those, what they look like?
If you have a deep fryer, that's great. Obviously, it has the temperature control on there. In this case, I just have a pot, very simple. I got the oil in there, and this is a candy / deep frying thermometer. So it just goes up to a higher temperature. This one goes up to 500. If you are self-regulating it like this yourself, you're going to want to, when you put a donut in, when you put something cold in the hot oil, it's going to cool the oil down. So you want to make sure when you get the cold dough in there, you turn it up a little bit just to keep that temperature where you want it. So that's it. I'm going to get started on getting these guys frying. So just kind of drop one end in.
You gotta check out what this looks like.
Do a little close up over here. So they're going to sink a little bit at first, and then they'll come up to the surface.
And I mean, should you limit how many you're putting in at once, or does it just depend on the bowl size, the oil amounts?
It depends on the bowl size or the size of your pot.
Yeah. Can you stack them a little bit, kind of, or?
No, you want to make sure that they have at least enough room to sit on top by themselves.
Okay.
So in this case, you know, maybe 3 in there, and you could get a couple donut holes in at the same time. But
And now you just kind of looking at it and just saying this looks ready, or do you have a kind of time in your mind of how long?
about a
you need
minute on each side until it's golden brown.
Okay, so golden brown is what you're looking for, basically.
Yep.
Understood.
So again, I'm just going to turn it up a little bit here because I put the cold dough in. It's going to bring the temp of the oil down. And that's it. We're frying donuts.
Where is the? I mean, maybe I missed it. Now, did we add cider to these donuts?
We did. It was the reduced cider.
Oh,
so I actually took
right.
a half a gallon and reduced it down to about a half a cup.
And that's all going to be in the recipe anyways.
It's all going to be on the recipe online, and again, that just concentrates that cider flavor in the dough.
Right. Okay. And could you use like other things? Like sometimes you hear like beer donuts or anything like that.
Yeah. There's a million different ways to make a donut. You know, beer donuts, you can make them with yeast. This is the leavening agent, and this is baking soda and baking powder.
Okay. Now, what do I do with all this extra dough?
So that, if you want, you can roll it.
Kind of roll it back.
Kind of just scrunch it all back up into a ball, and then roll it back out and make more donuts with the leftover dough there.
Sounds good. Just put a little flour on my hands here. Just lose this. I also don't suggest wearing black corduroys when you're working with flour, but
it tends to make a mess.
Yeah, but that's okay.
So I got little cooking chopsticks here. I love these, especially when I'm deep frying. You can also use something like this. It's called a Cider, and you can just get in there and flip it over. These, I find it's just kind of easier for me, at least. Alright, just about ready to turn these over.
I screwed something up here, Shamus.
Right.
I think I need more flour.
Yep. There you go. You can flip these over. Look at that. Nice and golden brown.
Guys, somebody was asking what a good drink to go with the cider donut is.
Well, you can't go wrong with some mulled cider.
We'll keep the theme going, right?
Right?
Yeah, I would say, you know, another fun thing is sometimes you just can get apple cider and add a little like rum to it, maybe Captain Morgan's.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fun way of doing it. I'm a beer guy, so you know I like a good pumpkin beer.
Good pumpkin beer would be great.
You know,
with this.
sometimes nice crisp all night, get the fire going, cider donuts, pumpkin beer.
Donut holes can be a little tough to fry sometimes because you want to get both sides, but they tend to flip themselves over, so you kind of got to play with them a little bit to keep the other side under the oil.
Oh
There we go.
All right, so I don't know if I have the right thickness here. I don't know.
Yeah, about 3/4 of an inch. That looks pretty good.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So a few of these here.
All the cider and eggs used here too are actually from Cider Hill Farms over in Amesbury. So
Oh, cool.
if you guys haven't been there, I highly recommend checking that out. They make all their own cider. They have chickens. They got great products over there. So I try and use local ingredients whenever possible. All right, getting there. Check our temperature here.
Ready? Run.
Woo!
All right. Sorry.
Guys, so I got a little landing zone here too. So when you're frying, you always want to have a landing zone to take your finished product out of and rest it on. In this case, it's just a sheet tray. I lined it with a little bit of paper towel, and then I have this baking rack so some of the excess grease can drain off as I take them out.
So basically now, obviously, because we don't want to. I mean, sure, people are waiting with bated breath once these are out, what to do next.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to make them sit through the
Yeah,
entire
sure.
batch, but what I'm thinking is we could jump to. I can see we have cinnamon over there. I'll let you run with that. But that looks delicious.
So there are a couple different things you could do with them after they come out. One of them, and it's what we're gonna do now, is just I have a little cinnamon and sugar mix right here, and you want to take them while they're still hot and covered in oil, and just kind of get them in there. I like to shake it up.
These smell
Flip it
fantastic. But you're saying so you should typically wait from the cool a little bit?
Yeah, a little bit, but you still want to get them while they're still warm.
While they're warm. Now, is it better to sprinkle them on top than have to dip them in there?
I find it's better to just get it right in there and kind of give it a little shake.
Yeah.
And then flip it over, same thing on the other side.
Oh my god. Can we quickly make ice cream after this?
Yeah, absolutely. I got that on deck next.
Yeah, cool.
Get the donut holes in there. Yeah, some vanilla ice cream or salted caramel ice cream with these would.
Oh my god. It's fantastic. Well, I'm gonna keep making my holes.
Okay, I'm gonna keep frying up here, and you can leave some of them plain if you want. You don't have to do the cinnamon and sugar. If you want to get like a maple cream or a maple glaze, something like that would be good on it. It's kind of up to your, whatever you want to do to get creative with them at this point.
Well, you know what? Here's the thing. I think this is awesome. I mean, if you guys have questions, definitely check out our blog. We're gonna have this up. We're gonna try to do a lot more Facebook Live events, and I think it's more, we're gonna keep it with the community, keep it with different cooking stuff. Certainly, our business is real estate, but that goes hand in hand with what we do. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you have any questions, I'm gonna try one of those.
Absolutely, get after it. I recommend it.
That is amazing.
Michelle, if you want to get in here and try one. Debbie?
We'll enjoy you some Debbie. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoy this. Check out our blog, check out our website, and send us a message with any questions or feedback. Thanks, guys. Well, fantastic.
Hot, a little hot.
Oh, hot, oh, good.
We got a lot more donuts to find.
I know. Keep them going. We're still live.
We are.
Cool. All right.